Come on in, beautiful people. Come on in. I don't know if I should call him a guest, but today night in studio with me. Night, you good?
There, man. Manners and greetings. Greetings, massive.
Yeah, come on closer to the microphone. You see me? Sit down there, so. This try like that. No move the chair. You can just sit down there, you see me?
I reach for the laptop. Man.
Bring your thing, you see me? I say. And come on, we have a lot to talk about today. You see me? Editor, let me know what go on. You see me? No. Distortion. Put that over there, so. You hear this already. You see me? Yeah. Let me know what go on, peeps. Let me know what go on, Mr. Editor. You see me? See if everything good. Yeah. Alright then. See me come on now. Boom. People here see me. Welcome. It's another week and I don't know. This is the nicest place, the baddest place to be every Friday. Every Friday, you know, we go good, we go live, and we start the thing them, you see me? And everything good, so. Dasza, you don't know I'm to Dasza, you see me I say? Man, Dasza link up, I'm supposed to have Dasza, but I don't know. You good over there, you sweat.
Good, man.
You nervous?
No, man. Never time. Never nervous.
Folks, when I hear him, put the thing over there, so.
Testing 1, 2, white night in the building.
Alright. So let me see what I go on. Send the link. See if everything I go on good or no.
Send it out to my people.
Folks, let's have a look. Boom. Tonight we have a special guest. Although all guests special. What you answer, yeah?
All get special, man.
All guests special and I like all the support when I get. Big up Dasza. You don't know, I get a lot of support from Dasza TV, Dasza WhatsApp group. I get support from all of them. You see what I say? So, big up yourself. Anywhere there, whether you're Jamaica, America, England, anywhere there, just big up yourself and know, say, yo, we this. And the biggest thing for radio, you see me? And I go so boom, talk to my people them. So you find Alan so far, my friend?
Alan nice, man. Alan clean, beautiful, peaceful, woman them nice. Everything nice over here, man.
Yeah, as it should be. But you're not going away yet, you see me?
Well, based on the look of it, I'm so far. Based on the look of it, I'm so far.
Yo, tomorrow, I don't know, we should go to a reggae show, but I don't know how that go, you see me? The reggae show, I have a engagement for really pop off, you see me, but I don't know. Chat. Settings. Boom. Okay. Well, welcome. The thing just know, so yo, welcome. Let's kick off the show. Let's start from now. Yeah, about the Marway fire. What do you think about the Marway fire?
Very unfortunate.
What's unfortunate about it?
I think it's over 100 people have died so far in the fire. So once lives are lost, it is normal unfortunate.
Yeah, let's go there. You think it's a conspiracy?
No. I saw the video that started the fire. It was a down wire that hit vegetation, and you can see the fire spread. Anyway, in America, they normally have the ring cameras.
Yeah.
So the ring cameras show when the power line hit the ground, and that set on the fire. And it show the continuous burning of the vegetation, which continue to spread.
So the fire that spread burn car into the ground. You believe that? If the burn car, melt car. Which wildfire melt car?
So when we there in Jamaica, you see house burn, you know, melt the zinc and everything too.
Yeah, but zinc are this thick. You understand? This thin. Car burn out.
But it melt everything. I know when you see car crash on the highway, car burn out too.
No. You make excuse to the thing. You understand? Them say some energy being from space and sensing. You don't believe in a conspiracy theory,
energy being from solar. You believe say energy being from space?
Why not? If they say they go on moon, why not?
Me I choose common sense and the video with me see. No about energy being from space.
It sound weird, it sound far up, but you know things say they whomever the government have technology way beyond our imagination.
I not say nay, but I want your question. Which one more plausible? live wire hit the vegetation or an energy beam from space. Which one more plausible?
In this time, energy beam. Because from the Swabia. You see me? Energy beam. Before we go off on a rant, let me talk to this female. Cause right now this this female better no boy, you see me? Me happy you are here still, because normally I would have up on 3 way, you see me?
Call them can be more
Hello, good evening. Muted. No, unmute man, you may talk to.
Alright, I'm here.
Yeah, I am. Oh, wait, me put everything on screen, you see me? Yeah, hear me good?
Sorry.
Nina picture. Okay, Nina video. Alright. Oh, it's so nice to have you here, yeah?
Nice to hear your voice as well. How are you doing this evening?
I am doing wonderful. You see me? I am doing so
Right.
nice. You want the earpiece? I'm doing so nice, and I must congratulate you on this longevity that you are doing, yeah? But before we
Oh, thank you.
before we go into all that, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Alright, my name is Nina Miskovsky. I'm a 50-year-old woman living in Sweden. Very passionate about Jamaican music, and I'm also presently deputy mayor in Gothenburg city in Sweden. So it's a kind of odd combination with dancing, music, and all the cultures, and being a deputy mayor. But I'm using them both as well as I can.
You are a deputy mayor, yeah? How long now are you
Yes,
a
that's
deputy
right.
mayor?
This is my 5th year.
Yeah? And,
Yes.
and what do you find, first of all, you are in maybe 10 videos. Yeah, 10 dancing video. When was the last time when was the first time you went to Jamaica?
A 95.
Yeah, and what made you fall in love with Jamaica?
Well, my purpose there the first time was to research about Jamaican women and unemployment for my thesis at the university. And I've been dancing. I was living in Philadelphia for 1 year, dancing New Jack Swing and those styles. But when I came to Jamaica, I heard the music, both reggae and dancehall, and I just fell in love with it. And also, I felt that the culture is very much alive. You know, it's a very vibrant culture, and I just really enjoyed staying there and experiencing everything.
Oh, so how do you incorporate politics? Because you must be a busy lady, because you are a mayor, yeah? How do you
Right.
separate the two? Because one, yeah, because I saw another video with you, you're very professional, yeah? Very well spoken, yeah? And then
Thank you.
another picture, you're doing the dirty wine. So how do you differentiate from the two, or you jump back and forth?
Well, at the moment, I'm teaching dancing and Zumba in particular, but dancehall is a part of Zumba, and reggae as well. You can use it in Zumba. So I teach classes in my free time when I am not working. So I have my son also, so it's a bit of a yeah, it can be quite stressful sometimes, but I enjoy both my son, my work as a politician, and my dancing. So that's what make me feel good, and that's what I'm good at. So I try to just put my professional hat on depending on the occasion. I used to call myself or feel like the female Superman or Superwoman,
Yeah.
because I was in changing rooms, bathrooms, all kinds of things to change clothes between the either dance hall clothes or training clothes to my official politics clothes. So yeah, it can be quite interesting sometimes.
Yes. And what type of music do you really dance to? What type of music give you the energy, give you the vibes to say, okay, this, I start to dance? I can give you some example. Is it reggae? Is it dancehall? Is it say Zumba? Is it
Afrobeats,
African beats? Say again.
Latin music,
Latin
salsa,
music, salsa. Which one get you
soca.
more zouk? Yeah? Which one get you more eat it? Say yo dance time.
Dance all straight.
Yeah, dancehall
Yeah,
straight.
if I want to vibe
Mhm.
and just, uh, skank along,
Mhm.
then it's reggae. But if I want to dance, then it's definitely dancehall.
Who's your favorite dancehall artist? Dead.
Elephant.
Elephant is not dead.
Oh, dead. A dead dancehall artist.
Yeah, the
You
one
know,
who's
I
passed
started
on.
at I started at 95, so there's not so many of my favorites that have passed yet. I was not involved so much since I didn't know about the old school dance hall in Sweden,
Mhm.
uh, before I went to
A
Jamaica. So
strong woman like me.
my history of dance hall basically starts from 95. So
Oh.
they are usually alive, thank
Mhm.
God.
And I guess Elephant is your favorite dancer alive now.
Yeah, I think he has done so much, and what I like, of course, his energy and vibe and passion and all of that, and sense of humor that his stage shows and everything. But also, he have made so many songs
Mhm.
for dancers. He have worked with Bogle. I
Mhm.
was actually there to document Bogle and the dancehall crews when Bogle passed, when he was shot.
Yeah.
The last week before he died, I was traveling with the Black Roses and the filming. So
No.
yeah, and I have the material, and I'm actually working on two documentaries with Sahar Taklimi and her crew to put together one reggae documentary with reggae artists and interviews that I have a lot of,
Mhm.
and also one dancehall documentary about the dancehall crews and dancehall artists. So I'm hoping that it will manifest within a few years. It's been a long process. I started in the early 2000s.
Mhm. And all
Yeah,
those footage, those rare footage of Bogle, you have?
yeah, yeah. And
Oh.
it's unseen. I sold some kind of bad cuts from my clips to a French documentary, but I have all the best stuff still myself. We are working on digitalizing all the material at the moment.
Here comes the hard question now because this is the Naked Truth podcast. Um,
Right.
you are the owner of those footage, yes?
Yes.
And your partner, the person who is collaborating with you on pushing those videos out, are they Jamaican?
I'm not pushing anything yet.
Yes, but
I am just trying to save the tapes because it's DV tapes from an old video camera. I
mm-hmm.
used to be out there in the streets with the
Yeah,
video man back in the days
yeah,
when you had electric cords walking around at Pasa Pasa.
yes,
So uh, Tingle and all of those, like the video men from that time,
mm-hmm.
we all knew each other and worked at the same time. So they are starting to deteriorate. So first step now is just to digitalize the material.
Mm-hmm.
Then I want somebody professional to put a sample together, and then in the next step I will think about who to involve to put together the documentary itself.
All right, 1 second. Let me big up. You see those people in the group. Big up Dasza. Me know Dasza in that place. You see me. Big up Dasza.
Mm.
Big
Camille,
up to Spain. Yeah, Camille. Yeah,
Antonio,
yeah, yeah. Big up everybody who in the chat, live chat. Now you see me.
Leo.
Yeah, oh, big up, big up, big up, big up. You were saying. So my point was, please, if you can, the person who the editor you would eventually end up with, can that person be Jamaican so Jamaican eat from those content? Because America now has made a Bob Marley movie. Can you imagine that? You heard
Yeah,
about the Bob Marley movie?
yeah, I heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
No, it is coming out in January.
Oh,
And I am
okay.
so
I heard
angry.
about it.
Yeah, I'm so angry about it. Nobody from Jamaica is in it. Nobody.
Mm, mm.
That's sad.
That's sad, of course.
It's like a lot of people just come to Jamaica to eat. It's like Jamaica is a big plate, and everybody
Mm.
come show some ass and titties and take everything and run away. I don't like that. I'm not talking about you specifically, yeah.
No, no, I know, and I can explain like how I've been thinking all the while,
Please think.
because I've been,
Tell me.
yeah, I've been working. For example,
Huh?
I was I think, if not the first, one of the very first promoters who brought Jamaican dancers to Europe
Mm.
for tours. So I was actually a promoter in that sense. Set up tours, applied for visas, like for them to travel, arranged with other promoters in Europe and so forth. And now it's a big industry. So I was one of the pioneers doing those things, and I'm very happy to see how many artists and that even dancers can travel and make a living from it. And also these documentaries, I want it to be it's not going to be this, like what you say about Bob Marley movie,
Yeah.
that is about him and about not Jamaica, other Jamaicans. These documentaries, the focus are on the artists, on the dancers, on the culture. So I think everybody will eat from it. Everybody who's involved, because they will get a good promotion through the documentary as well. But of course, you have to have Jamaicans involved in the work as well.
Yeah, a lot of people say I applaud you for actually
Thank you.
doing what you're saying. Yeah, you were the first to do this. You get them touring, the Jamaicans touring, make some money to feed their families back home in Jamaica. You understand?
Mm,
Yeah, I
exactly.
applaud
Because
you.
I know how tough it is.
Yeah.
I lived in Jamaica for 8 years in Kingston.
Hmm.
I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, in Kingston.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't
Not
know
so
that.
far from Sisla.
Yeah. Why did you leave?
Yeah.
Why did you leave?
I left in 2009 and went back a couple of times after that. So I think the last time was 2014-15,
Hmm.
because then I had a child, and that kind of interrupted a few things, so to speak.
Is he half Jamaican? May I ask?
Yes, he is.
As he should be. As he should be. Yeah. So, you see me? Let me ask you, if you can change one thing about Jamaica, what would that be?
Corruption.
I, I would love to change it too, but that will not. You understand? Okay, you would like to
Yeah,
change corruption in what aspect? From the police, the government, or just general?
general. The thing is that what I've seen, because I think through, I know one thing or two about political systems now,
Yeah.
and if the system itself, from the top,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the top, and with all the governments, institutions, politics, everything. I know you call it politics. Uh, there will be, that will affect the whole society.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have if the whole system is corrupted,
Mm-hmm.
uh, there will be no structure, there will be no safety, or very little at least. So that's what I think need to change. You need to have, well, usually it starts with the politics, because if you have politicians who actually want to do good
Mm-hmm.
and be there for the people, and stop the corruption, and the how it works with the government authorities. Um, I know the will to pay tax is very low in Jamaica, because you don't see really what you get for it, and you suspect always that it's going to go in the pockets of the politicians and government officials.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the kind of route. I know it's super difficult,
Yeah, it is.
But I think that's where you have to focus, and that's to find those politicians, because I know there are some who actually is not there for the wrong reasons. They should not be there for their own uh, power, for money, or status, or anything like that. They should be there because they have a true will to change things. And starting with they should do a whole investigation about corruption in Jamaica, and fire those who they see has been involved.
If
It needs a big cleanup.
if the Jamaican whosoever decide to investigate corruption, they would be dead in a week.
You see it?
Yeah, I have never
I know what
seen,
you mean.
I have never
Hmm.
met a Jamaican politician with a good intention. All of them must on the bus or something, isn't it?
I see what you're saying. I haven't met so many, to be honest, but that's
Mm.
what's needed though for Jamaica, I think.
Mm-hmm. Is what needed,
Yeah.
but it will not happen, isn't it? Not in our
Well, you
lifetime.
can never give up. I'm a kind of a persistent person. So as long as there's a will, there is
Mm-hmm.
hope. So um, I,
Well,
I think Jamaica is such a rich country with so many things. With the climate, with the culture, with the
with
music,
the crime,
with the well, that too. But I mean, Jamaica should do so much better
mm-hmm. we
with
are,
all of that,
mm-hmm. we are saying
with
that
the natural resources, with the rum, with they have you have a lot of richness in the country, but it's foreign companies taking over. It's like that should be Jamaican, and that should be money for Jamaicans.
mm-hmm. But everybody is greedy in Jamaica. Everybody just for self.
Well, I think when also when it's a luxury to be able to be generous. You can be generous even if you have a little, but if you're desperate, then it's hard. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
uh, I don't know if everybody, I mean, everybody is greedy. I wouldn't say that,
Everybody is
because
greedy.
I
Everybody
know
there.
people.
Yeah.
I know people actually who I stick to those people. I have a few friends in Jamaica that I always keep in touch with.
Mm-hmm.
They never ask me for anything.
Mm-hmm.
They are my friends for real, and I
Mm-hmm.
know they would be there for thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
And when I can, I do help them in if I can. But they never ask me for anything, and I wouldn't call them greedy. And there are some very genuine people that I have met in
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica, but it's too few. It's too few. I
Uh-huh.
agree with that.
And that,
Yeah.
that, that, that is that lead on to my next question. You talk
Mm,
about those few friends who never ask you for nothing. Yeah?
right.
What about those who you cannot feed? You can give everything, you can give the last dime and they still want more. Have you met people like those? I'm sure.
Yes, of course,
But you don't want to
of course.
elaborate on those type. Well, let me,
No,
please. No, no, no. You're a foreigner. Let me. Jamaicans are as loyal as their last meal. You understand? You cannot quench the thirst of Jamaicans when it comes to begging. Let
it's
me tell you.
widespread. That's true.
No, I'm not lying. I'm telling you. I have one in the
I
corner
know.
now beckoning to me, telling me, hey, I cannot go there. But let me tell you, Jamaicans are some of the worst. You give them, you see, the minute you tell a Jamaican no, they have you up. The relationship change. You understand? They
Mm,
expect you
yeah.
abroad to always have. And it doesn't
Hmm.
work like that. You
No,
see?
that's true. Still,
And a lot
that's
of
true.
Jamaicans stand in their own way. Because a lot of people would like to come to Jamaica and invest. But the minute they step off the plane or off the boat, there comes a 2,000, 3,000 Jamaicans just begging. You
Mm,
understand? All up in your face.
you're
Threatening you.
right.
Threatening, you understand? Acting aggressive. Like they give you something to put down, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying, and I know many people who have, because I used to also have a guest house in Kingston. It was in my home. I rented out rooms for tourists, and that was for many tourists. It was the condition they needed to be safe somewhere and to know somebody to come to Jamaica, because I could be, I know the ropes, so
Now,
I
keep
could
it
help
real,
them
keep it
out.
real. You as a white woman and
Yeah,
they feel safer with the white woman. Be honest.
well, I don't know if it has the color, but it's more the culture that they know, and they have heard negative things about Jamaicans, and they have heard about them being so persistent in the tourist areas, for example, and they feel like they are scared.
And rightfully so.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
sometimes, but I think still that Jamaica has a worse reputation that it should have, because even if it's a lot of shootings and violence, most of the time, they are looking for somebody. It's not randomly like people shoot anybody on the street just like that. That doesn't happen so often. I've been in many shootings, but not involved. So they are after somebody. You see me? So in that sense, it's not as bad. They are not out to shoot a tourist that is just there for vacation.
No, you are safe in Jamaica more than I am. But what's the next step for you, Nina? What's the next step for you and Jamaica?
Yeah, I would like to go back. Now my son is a bit bigger, because one thing that I don't really fancy in Jamaica is the traffic. In Kingston, for example, it's kind of wild. I used to drive myself, and I managed alive, and I wasn't in no accidents, so I'm happy for that. But to bring a child there is more of a worry.
Yeah. I,
So but I want to go back, and I want to finish the documentaries. I uh, I'm gonna keep promoting Jamaica still, and I cannot. My work doesn't. I don't have the time with work and my child to do be a promoter like I used to. But like for example, the day before yesterday, I linked up with Sean Paul that had a show in Gothenburg here.
yeah.
Uh, with my reggae people, and his brother, Sean Paul's brother, was here, and I left him some pictures from Asylum, the club, of some old pictures when he performed with Idonia and Left Side. So he was happy to see those old pictures. So I keep the link, and I have the link with the reggae community here that are also close to many Jamaican musicians and dancers. So it's always a part of me, of course, and I want to keep it that way.
As it should. You see me? And
Yes.
your guest house, is it still up and running?
No, since I ran it, and it was in, I rented out room in my home. Then when I left it, it closed. But there, that was also a business that started when I was there. Basically, when I lived in Jamaica, it started with the guest houses for tourists, for example, dancers. Now
Yeah.
there are many. Now there are many trips to Jamaica that are being arranged from different parts of the world, and they have somebody that they work with in Jamaica, and they bring people over. They even have start from Stockholm. They have started a trip for mothers and children to go there, so you can have a trip designed if you are a mother with a child. So I think it's great. So now the business is going on with or without me. So I'm not that essential anymore. But I'm glad that other people have taken over, and that part of the tourism is blooming.
And are there many people like you in Sweden who see Jamaica as an opportunity, who see Jamaica as somewhere they can make their second home? Is there a big, large community of Swedish who actually visit and invest in Jamaica?
Yeah, I'm since I've been in yeah, when I was in Jamaica, my specialty was to have tours to studios, to dance parties. I went to all the, Pasa Pasa, Wedi Wedi, all of those Uptown Mondays, and even Jamaicans from the upper class, they hired me to take them to reggae parties because they were too scared to even go. So me, as a Swedish person, was bringing them to their own culture, basically. So that was a bit strange. But what was the question again? Sorry.
No, I like when you go off on a little, you go left, all right, but it is what it is. I said, is there a large community of Swedish who actually invest in Jamaica like yourself?
Yeah, well, for example, I have the music community in Gothenburg. They have both producers, artists, musicians
Yeah.
who collaborate with the Jamaican artists. For example, I was in Kingston when Chronics did some videos with a Swedish crew, and it was before his big breakthrough. And they work together producing some songs like They Don't Know, for example, and some other tunes. So and they work with Jamaicans all the time. So I think it's quite a lot, at least from Gothenburg, that I know.
Okay, who is the biggest artist now in Sweden from Jamaica? Who is the artist I can bring and know he has a large following?
I think Sean Paul. I think so, actually.
You think or do you
Uh,
know?
I'm thinking because it depends on which community you go to. If you go to the African community, it might be like Cocoa Tea or Half Pint or, one of those roots. Uh, and and
Yeah.
Buju and Morgan Heritage, Natural Blacks, and those. But if you go to like young people in Sweden, I think it's mostly Sean Paul, actually. I would say he's been doing so many genres, so he's kind of wide. He played his Major Lazer song, and he played his Enrique Iglesias song. He have so many collabs that he have done,
Yeah.
so he's quite known.
That is good. What are your thoughts on Afrobeats, please?
Is it a big debate?
Yeah, it's a big debate. Right, that the answer you give would determine the outcome of this interview.
Okay. Sounds serious.
Yes, it is.
Um,
Yeah.
I would say that Afrobeats
Yeah.
is following the dancehall.
Yeah. Okay.
That is my interpretation, and I like good beats, but I don't. To me, they can never compete with the dancehall beats. That's my opinion. But I know a lot because Afrobeats, for
You are the
I
best.
think.
No, right there. You hit the nail on the head. You are the best interview I ever had. Cause you hit the
Oh,
nail
wow.
on the head. Yeah. Afrobeats is. I don't care how many guys rise up in Afrobeats, they can never dethrone dancehall. Never.
No, no.
Never, ever. I don't know. They could have 15 Burner Boy.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, I've seen him live too, but he did a good show, but he can still not beat the real dancehall beats, no?
Yeah, I wouldn't say you do a
But
good
I,
show. But you go ahead.
yeah, he did a good show,
You're
but
lying now. Right now you're losing me, but go ahead.
no, but he did a good show. I have to give him that. But the thing is that it doesn't appeal to me like if I would have one of my favorite artists from Jamaica there. Uh, I think that Afrobeats. I've been wondering why did they kind of pass dancehall in popularity here in Sweden. Why did that happen? And I'm thinking the only reason I can think because it's not the quality of the music or the beats or whatever. It can be a part can be the lyrics, the messages in some of the dancehall. It's too harsh for Europe, and
Yeah.
also yeah, and also it can be the promotion. It can be how I've been working. I've been working with dancers and some artists, right? And um, when Jamaicans, I don't know what happens, but I've been taught this is among promoters. This is a big discussion. Why are Jamaican uh, performers so difficult to work with? Usually, most of them are very difficult to work with. They are have like they oversleep. They don't keep times. They want to smoke all the time, and it's illegal here, so it's very difficult to arrange. And you also risk your license if
Yeah.
you help them with it, or if they smoke in the area. It's hard to communicate that it's not good, and also the attitude sometimes, like the diva manners and
Diva
such.
mentality.
Yeah, it doesn't help, because when you had headache 16 times, maybe you will go to Afrobeat artist the 17th time, and if he works good, maybe you will continue with the Afrobeats instead. You see me?
So
That's my theory.
the dirty behavior where the newer artists them a keep up. And that
Yeah,
dancehall not really
because if you
behind. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, no, I'm just thinking, because I've been having very deep talk with Beres Hammond, with Coco T, with many of those genuine, old artists, and I don't feel that from them. I don't think that they have. I've also had. I was a promoter. I started the first reggae dancehall club in Gothenburg that was legal. There were illegal clubs, but I made it legal, and now we have many clubs that are legal. So I had also. I also arranged shows with artists. For example, I had Beanie Man, right,
Yeah.
and the Shocking Vibes crew.
Yeah.
They
From
had
back.
entourage for about, I don't know, 30 people or something. 30 people. You know how much money I lost in that show? I had to take a loan from the bank to pay it back because it was unreasonable.
But
And then I had a show with Michael Rose,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that was the best, financially, the best show I ever made. Because I didn't have no problems with him or the band or anything. It was a reasonable entourage, and it was a good venue, and people showed up because they especially from Africa, like our people have moved here from Africa, or those areas, and of course Caribbean and such. So they showed up and they paid. So that was the best. I'm just showing you some examples here. And me and Beanie Man, we are totally cool. I love how he's out there, with people's person. He's happy, he's positive and those things. So it was not his attitude. I didn't have a problem, but the whole setup with the entourage and all of those
No,
things made it
don't let
impossible.
Beanie Man have the hook. He brought the entourage. You understand? Don't let him have the
That's
hook.
true.
He did it.
That's true.
You understand? You should have turned him back at the
Yeah.
airport. You see me?
Yeah.
He bring the entourage behind him, so don't let him have the hook.
True.
You see me?
True.
You can't
Yeah.
cuss him. This is naked truth. You see me? Where am I go with all
Yeah.
them people there?
Yeah.
That don't make
Yeah,
sense.
true.
Did you
But
bring
then, for
did you
example,
bring him back?
no.
There you go. You understand?
Yeah.
There you go.
But for example, Anthony B, he came, I think just him, and played with our local musicians, and we had him 3 times, I think.
You see the difference.
Yeah.
Anthony B come
exactly.
alone, him come 3 times. Beanie Man come
Yeah.
with 500,000 man, him come 1 time. You see me? I say?
Right.
It look like he bring all his boyfriend with him. But anyway, I never. That sweet taste sound like a year story, don't? Yeah.
Me not say nothing.
You keep wondering what I said it, not you. You see me? But what's the going rate? Is it even profitable to have a reggae show, not reggae show, a reggae club or dancehall club in Sweden? No. Is it profitable?
Yeah, it is profitable. But the thing is that now the whole the crowd that comes to the reggae dancehall clubs, they expect Afrobeats too.
Then
You
they
see
no
me?
come, they no come. Best they no come. It would be
But
a big
you know,
sign say, yo, reggae club, say reggae dancehall, no Afrobeats. Afrobeats
yeah,
down the road.
yeah. But you know, if people want to make money, they want to have a wide audience, and they have realized that if you attract both the dancehall reggae people and the Latino people and the Afro people, you have a more of a crowd to attract. You know, so they try to mix those three together. But of course, that turns me off because I'm in the vibe, and it's a good music. They play good dancehall music, then they switch to Latin or Afro beats, and I don't feel it the same way. So for the hardcore fans, it's kind of frustrating. Yeah.
I tell you. And
Mm.
we have to continue talking behind the scenes, you see me? Because I have a lot more questions. Because
Sure.
for a guy, for a Jamaican, it, when you want to invest, because you invest in Jamaica, a Jamaican can invest in Europe also, you see me?
True.
So
And contribute a lot to
no,
the world, I would
no,
say.
we don't have a lot to contribute. Let's not go there, you see me? Jamaicans have nothing to contribute too
Yes,
much.
man, you have a lot. You have so much talent. I have to say, you have a lot of talent in that country.
Yeah, yeah,
You
okay,
do.
in Jamaica, but me as an individual, I don't have a lot to. Night, you have a question, my co-host over there is shaking their head. You see me? You have a question for the esteemed guest.
I just wanted to know what was your start in government? What was your start in government? Making that transition from dancer or someone in the dancehall country, then transition into the government once you went back to Sweden. What was that process like?
Good question. When I came back to Sweden, I was actually out of the system here. So I was homeless for about 6 months. I didn't have nothing. So I really had to struggle, sleep at friends' places, couches, floors, whatever. But then I started back, and I started with I was in fitness. I was like the reason why I'm here from the beginning, I think, because I was the first Zumba instructor in both Jamaica and Sweden. So I started with the fitness where I came from. It's the industry I came from, and I started my own company. And then I started back with the politics that I interrupted when I moved to Jamaica in 2003. So I had half and half, so to speak, half politics, half fitness and dance and such, and promoting and making tours for dancers and such. And then I was I was elected to be a deputy mayor. So when I got that option to be full time politician, I said yes, basically. But I still have a little bit of dancing on the side.
Are you enjoying your mayor job, your politics job? Are you enjoying it?
Yes, I do, and I feel like I'm kind of an odd bird in the nest, to be honest. But because I used to say that my life has been too colorful to see everything in black and white. Because many politicians, they are so isolated in their own bubble, they don't know anything. They don't understand the real world or the real people, or they don't understand struggle. They don't understand, all of those
Yeah.
things you face when you actually live in the world. And I've been in Africa and all kinds of places. And I really struggled in Jamaica as well but I always said I was fake poor because I could always, if it bad come to worse, I could turn to my parents in Sweden. But I was too proud. I even picked mango, ackee, and from trees because I didn't have money for food. And
In
I really,
Jamaica?
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It was I had a car, but I used to call it the Flintstone car because I almost had to run it to with my legs to make it move, and sometimes I didn't have money for gas, so I had to walk anyway. So yeah, it was tough sometimes, but then I got some work and I got better, and that's why I have two proverbs, so to speak, two sayings that I use: is lift as you climb. If I climb up, I want to bring people with me, create opportunities for other people, and also follow your dream. So those two I try to follow in my life.
And you will succeed, yeah?
Thank you.
You will succeed, and you're good at what you do, I can see, yeah?
Thank you.
So you just need to keep going. And as I said, we will keep contact. And I thank you for being here. You have another question, Knight?
Oh, the last question. What was the most
Sure.
difficult thing to get used to while living in Jamaica? Was it the weather, the food, the language? Because I heard you said on an interview that you eventually learned patois. So what was the most difficult thing to get acclimated to in Jamaica?
The security, I think, and that I don't mean the violence necessarily, but mostly like we have a social security system in Sweden that is non-existent almost in Jamaica. For example, I got dengue fever and I had no money, and I was teaching spinning classes and dance classes at the gym. When I had dengue fever, I still went to teach my classes, so I would get some money because I didn't have no sick leave or anything. You know what I mean? So I think that was the biggest adjustment. The weather, no, because at that time I really wanted the sun and the heat and everything. And the food, can I curse?
Yeah. Curse.
I say, hell no.
Nah, the food was no good.
No, I mean the food was not a problem because I love Jamaican food. I even can cook oxtail and all of those ackee sawfish and all of those things.
Stop it! You can't.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
You lie. You
No.
now, isn't it?
I have to brag a little bit. No, I love Jamaican food. It's healthy and it's very pure and fresh, and it's tastes good, and it's cooked with love, and I love Jamaican food. That's one of the things I really miss.
If you don't mind me asking, did your son's father make this transition to Sweden?
He complains about the place all the time. It's too cold. It's too boring. It's too strict. It's this and that. So no, I don't know if he's really enjoying himself too much. But the opportunities are here if you take them.
Yeah.
We are not together anymore, but I'm actually leaving for Stockholm tomorrow to link up with him and his half sister in Stockholm. So we keep in touch. But
is he a musician?
He dance. He's a dancer, you can say.
Oh, okay.
But he also work with other things like hairdresser or whatever, or barber you call it.
Yeah,
Barber. And
salute to him, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Big up Kapachi Flash.
Say again, say Kapachi Flash. I Google it now. Kapachi Flash.
Yeah.
Kapachi Flash. You understand?
Yeah.
All right. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here. And please
you,
share.
guys.
Yeah, man. We will have you on back another time for just finish the conversation. Yeah.
No problem. Anytime. And bless up yourselves.
Yeah. Bless up yourself. Please share and subscribe. Yeah.
Done already.
Okay. Respect. Bye bye.
All right. Bless up.
Kapachi. Let me see Kapachi. Me just give Kapachi. Let me see him. Yo, live radio. Let me see Kapachi. Let me see him. Kapachi. Oh, okay. So you're not a chance, because you're not a year by year ahead. You see what I'm saying? People, that was the first interview. We just Google Kapachi, you see me? Nice interview, yeah?
Nice interview.
You see, this is what I like to hear. I like to hear when people give back to Jamaica, you see me? I like that you do our thing.
Unknown caller.
And right, everybody call me, so. You see, right now this is work, My car's true, so I'm dealing.
So the thing is,
Stroll.
we have a 10-minute delay.
Stroll. In a 10 minute, couple
10
second.
10 seconds.
Yeah, it's true. Listen to me, I say. People, live radio. We not edit nothing. We just do it thing. You understand?
Whatever you say about Jamaica.
Yeah, man. Jamaica full of talent, daddy. Jamaica full of talent. And we just have to just know, say, the thing set away, isn't it?
I should make a good point about the security for you. Like when you're sick, you're on your own. While other countries, when you're sick, there's a social basket that will take care of you. You can go to the hospital for free.
Yeah.
So as you say, you know where your taxes are going to.
Up here, so you don't know where your tax go at Jamaica. You see me?
Sure about the corruption.
Yo, bossy. First of all, you know, you're live in Australia, you see me?
Yeah, man, the sister here, you know, you have the number now. Watch out, the sister for you, the sister.
Oh, she did let me talk to her.
Yeah, man.
Big up yourself. And second on screen now we have Miss Vivian, yeah?
The computer.
Viviana.
Viviana. Folks,
Yes.
on to the next interview. We're not waste no time. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm good.
Yo, thank you for being here. You tell your guy Stroll to look on the screen. Your face is there now. You see me?
Oh shit, I see. Yeah.
You see? Yes. So we do it thing. We have a thing line up, you know. You see me?
She up on the front, man. The Empress up on the front. Just deal with this. Big man thing, big woman.
Big up, man.
Empress
Big
on the
up,
front.
and big up, and love. So
Yeah, man,
please,
everything good.
please introduce yourself to our audience. You see me?
I'm Viviana, and yeah, I do art. Not only art, but interior. I'm styling. I'm building decors. I'm well known in the reggae scene for making portraits of big artists. I did for a big event, the 40 years anniversary. I paint a lot of Haile Selassie and Empress Menen. Yeah, people know me. I make also like displays designed for Christian Dior and other big brands. What did I do? Mural paintings in stores for kids. Several projects on Curaçao, where I lived for 8 years. For resorts, for architects, for engineers, teaching art to kids. So I got a whole lot. So that's me.
Yeah. Again, I thank you for being here. You understand? I saw we met in
It was a big introduction, huh? Sorry.
No, it could be even longer because I know you're trying to keep it modest. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I saw a painting that you did at Reggae in Eindhoven, yeah?
Yeah, at Sundance, yes.
Sundance, and I was like, yo, who do that? And when you say it was you, I asked immediately, can I have you on my program? Yeah? And you immediately said yes, and yeah, you are very talented.
Yeah, I just really responded because I'm a little bit too shy to say yes or things like this.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I thought, okay, we will see.
That we will see, but yeah, you agree, and I'm happy for you.
Yeah, now I'm on your program. Yes.
But what are the costs? Let's talk about monetary things now. What are the costs for a painting from you, such a famous person?
Oh, I'm not gonna tell that.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not gonna talk about prices.
Okay, fine.
Because I have
we can,
experience in my work.
Yeah.
I'm working at a high level. I don't work with projectors. I just paint directly on the fabric or on wood or on the mural.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends on how big, how many colors, what they want, and how long it takes for me to hand paint this project or art.
Oh, so it varies. It depends on the time.
Yeah,
it depends on the location.
Yeah.
It depends how big it is. You're right. You're a master at your craft. You understand? You cannot just say, oh, this cost and that cost. You're right. You understand?
Yeah.
And what types? Is it which is your best painting? Or not? Wait, not your best. Yeah. Which
My
one do
best
you
painting?
prefer? Okay, go ahead. Which one do you prefer? Was the
Oh,
question?
no. You can't ask me that too.
Yeah. Okay. So let me
Because
answer
every
again.
painting. Let me explain.
Go ahead. Yeah.
The thing is, I started with a different style. In the meanwhile, I got 30 years of experience for
30?
different projects and for more than 30 years.
Oh.
So now you know I'm a little bit older than I look like. But the thing is, my perfection is not done yet. And it's not done until I'm dying. It sounds stupid, but every time it's like pushing myself to the limit and making things more perfect than it was before. But I'm not saying that my older work ain't good. It's good at that period. So I don't have a favorite. I'm not going to tell you like, okay, this is the painting I really love and that painting I hate. because every painting has my own feeling and my work and energy and everything in it, my passion. So every painting is for me another success.
Hmm. Okay, I like you explain yourself. And what in America you have these things that they call it graffiti. Yeah, here in
Yeah.
Europe we call them art. Do you know the laws pertaining
Mm,
drawing on
graffiti
walls
and
here?
art
Yeah,
is
yeah.
two different things.
It's two.
Yeah, I think you got art.
Yeah.
Graffiti is also art, but it's a different kind of art.
Oh.
You know, graffiti I do with kids. If I'm teaching the kids, then I do a little bit of piece of theater, a little bit of piece of the art, like a painting, and a little bit of graffiti in it. So graffiti is a totally different style, but yeah, I like it. I like it bad, but I don't do it, only teaching.
And you teach art. You're multitasking, multi-talented. Yeah. You're also
Yeah, you can
teaching
say that.
it. Do you mind telling us where do you teach? Do you, we can give it a shout out?
Well, I'm doing once in a while. I'm doing projects for kids here, and there are kids like they come from a difficult family,
Yeah.
or they are placed in another family, so they have a lot of pain in their hearts, you know. And when I teach kids, then it's nice that they can express themselves without telling. So, and I find it important.
Okay.
And I
Wonderful.
hope I can do it soon again. Yeah, but I live nearby Arnhem, and so sometimes I do projects like this.
Mm. And we met at the reggae show. Is there a particular reggae artist that you enjoy painting because you have it down to the T?
Oh,
I have the hard questions. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, you know, I made a very big painting like how is it in feet? I don't know how much it is in feet, by 4 meters by 2 high for Reggae Geel in Belgium.
Yeah.
I put 40 faces on it, but every face, 40 artists I
Yeah.
painted on that curtain. And then it's like, you know, every artist has his own characteristic vibes. And yeah, I find it very difficult. It's just like the question you asked me before, which painting you like the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, true. Yes, true.
Yeah,
Yes, true. Big up to him. Tell him I say big up. That's my guy right here.
right. So this is about the paintings, all the paintings at once. Yeah, yeah. But now I made a big one, the last one you saw on Sundance.
Yeah.
That's a very fiery one. Yeah.
And I like it. How long does it take you to complete a painting like that?
I got straw over here too, and that's the one I painted on the last.
Yeah.
Her straw is my husband. Yeah, yeah. So we are like happy together, and I painted him on a big backdrop,
Yeah.
and this is very very strong one too. Yeah.
How long did
But
it take
I
you? 1 day, 2 days, a week?
well, a month.
Oh, yeah. And it came out perfect. Yeah. It's perfection.
Yeah, it is.
You
Yeah.
understand? On a different note, have you ever been Jamaica?
No, not yet.
Who is your favorite reggae artist?
It's Midnight for sure.
Midnight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea who Midnight is. Listen me, but yeah, you know, so. Will you be at Reggae Lake Festival tomorrow?
Yes, I'm there with my man to perform.
Yeah. And much
Yeah.
success to him, and I will, all goes well, I will see him there tomorrow also, yeah? Because I'll be there.
Okay, bless up.
Bless up, yeah? Long
Yeah.
life and much love to him, yeah?
Okay, give thanks for having me on the show.
No problem, no problem. Anytime. Pleasure was all
Okay.
mine. Big up.
Yes, okay. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Folks, there you have it. Another interview down the drain, da, da, da. Nice interview, yeah? That's what I like to do. I like to mix it up. You understand? Just
Different
mix it up.
creatives, different
Yeah, create different
contributors
things, isn't it?
to the culture.
And we just go say let's see now, one more interview, people. Salute to Dasza. Salute to Dasza. Me yes, appear things are go on pan Dasza group, you know. Don't go over there, you see me? Don't go over there pan Dasza group. Dasza group no normal. You see me I say? Dasza group no normal. Big up, big up,
Hello.
big up. Big up, big man. Yeah?
Respect.
Oh my.
Hey, yo.
You see, man.
We are doing,
Yeah.
big up, man. We are some Reggie.
Brother,
Cool. I am. We didn't even know, but
yeah,
I use still.
yeah. I saw we do it thing. We have conversation behind conversation. You see me? Yeah, man. We just, I just saw the thing said. So, here one the audience want to know who am I speaking to. Can you please introduce yourself?
Well, then call me Kingston Dio Favante or Faventi or Favante, depending on where you're from, but Dio Favante.
Mm-hmm. Where are you located?
Right here in the UK, in England.
Yeah. And you are you a painter, a singer, a dancer, an athlete, a basketball player, football player. You are
I'm a songwriter,
uh,
first and foremost.
yeah.
Definitely a songwriter. Someone who writes songs, poetry, someone who loves music, believes in the well-being of music, things like that.
Reggae music.
Reggae music, hip-hop music, black music, white music, house music, China music, whatever makes you feel good,
All right. You see, you're proud to be a songwriter. I hear it in your voice. Can you be effective? Can you be an effective musician? Because this is the Nakitude podcast. I ask the hard questions. Can you be an effective performer? Whether you're a poet, whether you're a DJ, whether you are whatever. Can you be effective if you don't write your own content?
The world funny and people funny within it. And I never did sign up for the cloud business,
I know.
I leave that for Krusty and the circus.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I think it's a blessing because music is something where it gives us an outlet to be ourselves.
Yeah.
It's a creativity. It's a form of energy, So for me, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, so for me, it's all about me creating. So I test myself before anyone else, kind of thing, and we just try to navigate our way through the waves. I'm not a big surfer, but I try.
You are succeeding, but coming back to you writing your own material. Do you write your own material?
Yes, I do.
That was the question. Because I think it hits different when artists write their own material. You get me? Because if you don't write your own material, you're just a karaoke singer. You're just a puppet because somebody else, you're just using the voice. Somebody else's bars coming through your mouth. It was not your creativity that brings that to the forefront. You understand? Yeah. Maybe I'm not making sense to you, or
No. You're making a lot of sense. Yeah, you're making a lot of sense. Yeah, I just think each to their own.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
If you should hear now that some of your biggest singers don't write the song, it will just hit different from then. You understand? But anyway, so how is England doing now? You're over there in Britain. Are your parents Jamaican, or where are your parents from?
Well, most of the time when people ask me, say, where am I from? I usually tell them I'm from my mother. And they usually ask, where's your mother from?
Yeah.
And I usually say, well, my mother is from her mother.
Her mother
And her mother before.
so
You understand?
so you're
And
from
we as
Earth. You're from
people,
Earth.
yeah, well, because we as people, you know, we tend to put labels that we didn't even put the label. You understand? It's like when you make a CD, you
Yeah.
put the label on the CD, innit? But some people are claim certain things where they didn't even put the label on the label with them. I claim them have, or you know. But I was born in England. Yeah.
Yeah, you're an Englishman.
Yes. Yeah, I do. I do have the vernacular. It's instilled. Being born in England, but you know, yeah, you're a black person and you have your heritage of your Caribbeanness or your Africanness or wherever you derive from. But yeah,
And it's Friday. What you describe a Friday night to you to the audience when you are home or you're performing? What's a typical Friday night to you?
listening to you. I was listening to Nina, and it was such an interesting conversation.
You
I,
know,
I felt blessed. I felt blessed to be involved in that. So big up to Nina and Sweden and Gothenburg and all the Swedish massive. I've been to Oslo, so I know how the Viking man and the woman them and the she wolf them get down. So you know what I mean?
your brother, you make me night when I said that, isn't it? For real, you make me look now. I will even go deeper. This is a small podcast I started 2 months ago. I started
Yeah.
to go live on Friday, isn't it? And I
Uh-huh.
just because I reach out to you, you understand? So I reach
Mm-hmm.
out to folks, and a lot say yes and a lot say no. So I appreciate each people who come and give me content. You understand? And for you to say you will sit down and enjoying the conversation with Nina, yeah, I appreciate that, isn't it?
You're the easy man. You're easy. You're easy. I call you Mike Rockstone from now on. You know, you
Rockstar.
can hit tough, hit tough like Rockstone. You know what I
As
mean?
it should the Jamaican coconut, isn't it? I be
I
there.
don't know about that. They'll give you the questions about that, but I don't know about that. But yeah,
You look like a guy who smoke the herbs. Is that true? Is that can I ask that? You smoke your herbs and something, isn't it? Or when I do a
man.
meditation.
Listen, you know what I mean?
Tell
As
me.
an entertainer,
Yeah.
yeah, right. Whether with the herbs or without the herbs or with any intake, you know, you always been versed in knowledge or with words, you know. Most men who are MCs or singers, they must. I read the dictionary when I was 13,
Yeah.
so I started reading. Yeah, and I learned in the beginning of the dictionary that the English language derives from Germanic tribes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
These are the
So
conversation I need to have with you. Educate us. Go ahead.
yeah, so that's that. You know, and it comes from Latin, and the name Dio Favante comes from Latin as well. So it's like me being born in England
Yes.
and then traveling in England. It's like even English has its different dialects and style. So you have to be versed in every corner, every block, every town, every city. Everybody's got a different saying. So you got to familiarize yourself. So when you travel, you do the same thing. It's like you pick up a little Spanish if you go to Spain. So if you go, say, a Santander, Spain, you know, I have to say, hola, you know, buenos dias, and como estas, you know what I mean? Got Italy, ciao, como stai, and you know what I mean? You know, you try and fit in,
Yeah.
you know, you can get in. Yeah.
How deep
Yeah.
are you into the spirituality? Spirituality. How deep are you in it, if at all?
It's lacking, man. The spirituality is basically lacking when you live in this concrete jungle. It lacks. You might have the hope of being. I give you a good example, right? No, well, I'll give you a thought
Please.
of an
Go ahead.
example. It's like, for instance, King David, or so it says, or so it's been written, or so it's been talked of, wanted to build a temple. But he couldn't build the temple, or it wasn't for him to build the temple because his hands was dirty, his hands was too bloody, you know. But it's like the Father credited him with the thought of or the earnest of wanting to do so good. You know what I mean? And there's another part as well in where it's like you want to be able to do things, but sometimes you're unable to do it in the environment that you live in. You can't. You can navigate yourself, but you have to be a saint to be able to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's crazy. Yeah, but you try to be, you know, have good intent. As long as you have good intent, I think you live your day good.
Okay, and I hear you mention the Bible. Yeah, your thoughts on the Bible. What are your thoughts on the Bible? Do you follow it? Do you?
I think it's a good book, and I think no one should reject it.
Yeah.
I think anyone who rejects it without reading it or studying it, you know, it speaks for itself, isn't it? If you know,
I disagree.
it's just it's like it's a history book. If you look upon it as a religious book or you know, look upon it as informational, something which you can learn from and gain, and then you can find your own truths. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't, I wouldn't want to like force anyone to do anything they wouldn't want to do if they didn't feel it. You know, and we can't trust anything that's out there, but you have to trust your gut.
Yeah,
you know,
and
I
my gut
believe
tell me
that's
that
a
the Bible is just total garbage. I hear you, and I respectfully I have to disagree with you. You see me? You see?
Yeah.
I have to, because I cannot see the Bible as no history book. There's nowhere outside of the Bible you know anything about this Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John character, this Jesus character. The Nicene Council created Jesus. You understand? We know all that. So I cannot see it as a history book. I cannot say couple thousand years ago the earth was underwater and some man, two guys on a boat and two of every kind and seven of every kind go in the boat. I cannot really, as a grown man, adapt that and say it's a history book. You understand? It's total garbage.
Well, for you to have that sentiment, then you definitely are a man with a type of authority to have that word, because as far as I'm concerned, we have technology now that if you spoke to a man 100 years ago, he would believe that you're talking garbage. Do you understand? So whatever comes to you, you know. But if you want to label it as garbage, that's your words. It's not mine. But yeah.
Hey, to me it's just pure garbage. Again, I'm not saying you are wrong, but in my opinion, we all have opinion, isn't it? So
I was just using popular knowledge to explain a point. That's all.
Apart from the Bible, what's the most powerful book you have ever read?
Apart from the scripture.
Yeah, put the scripture aside. Oh, yeah.
Powerful in what way, though? In what way? Powerful in what way?
Education.
Make me laugh.
No.
No,
What make you laugh is Marvel Comics. I'm not talking about Marvel Comics.
Well, I read a book called. I read many books, but there was one book I read that I wrote a song about called Iceman. The Iceman Inheritance by Michael J. Bradley. And it talks about the prehistoric existence, the Iceman of the European sexism and racism and aggression on the earth.
Do you know Atlas Shrugged, Ayn Rand?
Say that again?
Ayn Rand, Atlas Shrugged.
No, I'm not familiar with that. No, sorry.
You see? The Water Fountain, Animal Planet, No, Animal Farm, not Plant, Animal Farm. You know,
Hmm.
1984, George Orwell.
I've definitely heard of that.
Yeah, those book are like, yo, you understand? Of this
Hmm.
time. It's not telling me
Wow.
about Moses and about all those crap in the Bible. But anyhow, it was nice to talk to you still, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know, ask me the question about my music.
Yeah.
Come and
My
send me the music.
my
I'm gonna have songs to sing and joy and sing and
okay, go ahead,
joyfulness and
go ahead.
gratefulness
Come
and
ahead, go ahead. My apologies, go ahead. Let me hear some song.
Mr. Mikey, well, go on. You there, Amsterdam? Maybe for ask you some question. You there? How long you there, Amsterdam?
Yeah, go ahead.
I grew up in Holland.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
Where?
grew up in Soesterberg, Amersfoort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know where that is?
No.
You don't know where Amersfoort is? You don't know where Soesterberg is?
No, I hear
How,
about it. I
how
will
long?
travel
How
around
long?
and
How long? How long? How long you been in? How long you been in Amsterdam?
5 years.
Wow.
Mm.
You know, Sister Selector, Esther Selector.
Esther? No.
Yeah.
Me hear about them.
Wow. Yeah, man. Big up, big up to all the massive and crew. Yeah, man. I grew up there, man. I grew up in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Well, not in Amsterdam. I grew up in Holland.
Yeah.
A child. Yeah.
You have,
Amazing, isn't it?
you have a tune for me? You have a song or
Wow. I thought you were playing my song in the background. Wow. Yeah, but which tune you want here?
anyone?
Is
Just
that with roots and culture?
yeah.
Me dip on iTunes, hear me in the daytime and afternoons. We are say, Mikey, everything blessed.
Yeah,
Come
man.
on, give thanks for the interview. I really appreciate what you're doing, though. You know,
Yeah, man. We
keep up the
trying.
numbers.
We trying.
Yeah, seriously. And who's your partner? What's your partner name? Him there.
White Knight. Say something, White Knight. Him have a question for you.
What question you have, King?
Okay.
Leo, I saw
Yeah,
when
King,
you
sir.
went to Serbia in the past, right? Could you speak on that experience? It seems as if you you enjoyed your time there and the appreciation the Serbians had for you and the hospitality as well.
Wow. Well, this leads me back. Well, thank you for the question, sir, and respect, and I hope everything is blessed with you. But yeah, it leads me back to your first guest, Nina, about her having like Swedish people having, you know, that kind of feeling. I've been to Oslo before, and you know, there's a lot of Swedish and Oslo connection with England and everything, and you know, and with Serbia, I first went there about 10 years ago. You know, even longer than that. And those times the BlackBerry was very popular, and I didn't have no money. You know, my woman left me, kidnapped my picnic. I bought her the picnic. Went through all the stresses what a man might go through at that time, and I had a freestyle that I did put out, and someone saw the freestyle. Big up to Papa Red. Big up to the commissioner, Jan Messenger Sound out to Serbia. They see that and they sponsored me to go over there and do a tour.
Mm-hmm.
And I just fell in love with Serbia since then. I fell in love with the people, the struggle. As a Rasta, I'm an Orthodox Christian Rasta, and they're Orthodox as well. So I had an affiliation with them. You know, and they had a bad rap through the you know, these NATO people and the Western people, you know what I mean? And a lot of that world they're warriors and they're good people, you know? So I like straightforward people because I think I'm one of them kind of people, you know? So big up to Serbia all the time. They're the first people to bring me out of the country and give me that start and show me that love. So, yeah.
Big up Serbia.
Yeah, man.
Big up Serbia.
Yeah, man, they're warriors.
You
Yeah, man. Big up Mikey, you know? So far with me tune them because I give the tune them and
me
roots
forward
and
it.
culture there. Yeah, man.
Stroll did want to ask you a question, you know.
Anything.
Let me see, sure. I'll give my link, you know. Yeah, man, I'm my guy still, you know, you see me? Good guy. Good guy.
Real.
The ring, you know.
there.
Artist, you know, him
God.
that him a perform at one of the biggest show tomorrow in Holland. You see me?
Where?
In Holland.
Where is that in Holland?
Amsterdam,
Yeah,
Reggae
well,
Lane. Reggae
may I
Lane
look some
Festival.
booking agent for link up still, you know what I mean? And I would love to talk to the Nina still because she sound beautiful, man. Just as a person, come from Sweden,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? For God, Jamaica, and
Yeah, and
you
do
know,
all that. I tell you. For
uh,
real. I am proud of her
yeah,
and I
big
don't
stuff,
give
man.
more like that. You see me?
What? Because I even went back to university myself and to go back to be politician. I could be politician with me there because people that vex like right.
They're
They
not
would
trying to
not,
kill you.
well, they wouldn't go so far, I think.
Yeah,
You
you
know what I mean?
think
But you
about
never
people
know.
them, eh?
Why are they easier?
Yeah,
Rockstar? What?
yeah, man. And most of them are African too. Oh God. You see
Yeah.
me?
Rockstar, are they
Yeah,
easier?
yeah.
Yeah, tough, eh?
Me never say African with a good intention. I might talk that, you see me?
Well, we hear everything from everywhere, but one love we have to deal with still, and that we have to
But
continue with
what?
still.
This is how you always sound. You sound like you're sipping or you're
No,
on
man. I
a
have
little
this.
thing.
Listen. When you're a person, I've been traveling since I've been 5 years old.
Yeah.
I said I lived in Soesterberg, Amersfoort, innit?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, innit? So
Yeah.
therefore, yeah,
Yeah, that
the
is true.
English language has many vernacular to it.
Yeah, yeah,
I have to learn. I have to grow up and learn the vernacular wherever the vernacular take you.
Mm.
You
Yeah, man.
understand? So that's how you move it.
I just saw a thing set, man. Isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Alright, brother. Big up yourself, yeah?
Big up, Mikey. Listen, one love, man. I
Yeah,
hope your show
one.
get more success.
It will, it
Continue
will.
doing it.
It
Through
will.
the hardship, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Just reach out to me. We need to talk more.
yeah,
And yeah, man, the Father blessing them, man.
yeah, man.
And don't start criticizing the Bible because a European style you look upon all the while. You know what I mean? Because you have the Ethiopian artifacts, you have different
Yeah, the Maccabee version.
Orthodox artifacts, and well, they take out these books, them, innit? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we
Yeah.
understand why people have this negative vibe towards it and thing. I mean, Rasta man that would never mention the name Jesus, and me no blame them. They rather say Yahshua or something else because them said that the slave boat was HMS Jesus. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're not really getting at that. You know what I mean? We want to hear the word as it is, but every day that we speak a bastardized tongue. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So no matter if we want to speak goodness towards each other, when I say, yo, welcome, Mikey, whatever, it's still a curse because you're not speaking your mother tongue.
Yeah, all right. Well said, isn't it?
In that sense.
Well
Yeah,
said.
so I just want to say, no look upon the Bible as something, look upon the mother tongue and look upon the ancient of times, and then you go see yourself, you know?
All right, brother.
That's so respectful. Yeah, man, we're there. Yeah, man, big up, Mike.
Remember to like, share, and subscribe. You see me? Share my thing to some people and tell them.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. Listen.
Share it,
Once you did it, once me did on yourself, and me I do my thing.
Yeah.
One love to you, and big up to the crew, and big up to the man that asked the question.
Yeah, man,
big up to the man then. Respect, you know what I mean?
Respect
All right.
and love. See? All right, big up. Friday night, you know me can't sing though. Friday night, you see?
Why you choke yourself?
Yeah, me not choke myself. Yo, I forgot Nina conversation was so good, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because she keep it real. You know, one type of mouthwash will make your mouth fat. For real, me use that. I say, oh,
Make it froth up?
yes.
But probably too much peroxide in there, man.
Yeah.
Peroxide make your mouth froth up, man.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I pick up
I look at youth. I'm there at school, I almost because be about that.
Yeah.
The dean of discipline said, come here, man, I can't go to the nurse. Man, I said, I'm not sick. He said, nurse. Give him some other thing there. Nurse said, gargle that and door swallow. I stay so.
Yeah.
I said, go, some of them poison me. Because then tell me, I look at you, man, some of them try to poison me at school.
Yeah, price on it. You know, I'm going to read the label and stuff. I figure it out, you know. I just can't. But anyhow, people were gone off the rails. But that's our deal. Me and them, I say.
Queenie and kill you in the trap.
Yeah, them I say, mother man Queenie.
See, dear sir, I said, I also look like someone who knows, so.
Yeah. And they say everybody want to kill me in the chat. You see me, I say, You know, nah, man. But yo, we could talk about this now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Michael. Michael, the blind side. Look on the picture, the people. Look at this picture. This guy is Michael Ors. You understand? I did my research. You understand? People, you know, before the show and we always do the nonsense. Yo, let me get 15 more comment. Whosoever, this is the last topic. Whosoever over Dasza TV. Queenie, you want to come on the show? Alright, after this topic, me bring you on. Yeah, man. I want to see 15 more comment. Big up to everybody who comment already and much love. Yo, Michael Core, this guy on the screen, the black guy, and Tui. Tui is the family who adopt him, who claim so them adopt him. Now listen to me. Everybody and anybody know The Blind Side. You see it already, yeah?
I've heard about it.
Yeah. The Blind Side was made 2009. Me remember, me like it. Sandra Bullock starring it. Oscar winner. She win the Oscar for The Blind Side. You see me? Make over $300 million. Now, this black guy just find out from 2004 to 2023. Now we hear that this guy is suing the people, suing the snow bunny, this white woman, and the white family. Why? Because him say no make no money from the book, him no make no money from the movie. So him start do the paperwork and find out that, listen, them do a conserve viewership. You can say that word there?
Conservatorship, man.
Conservatorship.
Now could him put Britney Spears on?
Yes.
Should have still on that still. She a mad now.
She mad. But anyhow, that is why they put him on that. They did not adopt the guy. Him never know that. So him signed the paper. Other a fool. Then he goes a boom. She signed the paper that they present to him and tell him it's an adoption paper. You see me? So after I sign it, now the people can in control of all his money. You see me? Now him have the people at court, these good white people, he have them at court. Saying he want back all this money and all that because they trick him. Say them broke him. After him signed the paper. Your thoughts? You think they shouldn't give him money?
No. I'm 37.
Yeah, he's 37.
What me want to know is when him signed the paper. And at what
2004 he signed the paper.
At what age?
18, 3 months after his 18th birthday. Yeah, I'm doing my research.
So as an adult, him signed with finances.
Yes, sign out his finances. And now him but earth.
We can't serve you now. He's an adult.
Of course. And it take him almost 20 years.
But question.
Almost 20 years.
Them take the money from where the movie make, right? Them not touch him in professional career money. Can be signed to the Baltimore Ravens for 13 million. This amount of money. That go to him.
Hopefully not. You understand? Hope not. You see, listen, people. This is the Naked Truth podcast. You understand? I have to keep the same energy all throughout. And a lot of you might disagree with me, but when you really break it down, you realize, yo, it is the naked truth. Artists, football player, basketball player, you understand? Musician especially. 3 years after NFL players leave NFL, they broke. They don't have no more money. Footballers, basketballers, they broke. And you know who them blame?
So we just see what go on. The conservatorship, when they make him sign, they can use him name and image.
Yeah, image, yeah. So even if he get a work after the football.
So they can release a video game right now, a female, and he can't get $1.
He can't get $1. God bless those white people. But here on.
But now I go so far, but I'm not
God
sorry
bless
for
those
him.
white people. But listen, a lot of these guys, they don't have financial literacy. You understand? And it's not my job to teach a grown man financial literacy. A lot of them get broke a lot of them go in poverty after the game. Stop today and then broke tomorrow. And then they come to me, they come to us, the public, want us to cry for them. That don't make sense. The man was a grown man when he signed the paper. So I have no tears to shed for him. Look at those people. You see the coach right there on the screen, the coach looking at that white woman, you know, because the coach know. Everybody around him knows, say, yo, these white people are scamming, you know. you think they just take you up off the street because they love you. And because they love you. Because them see the potential, they know, say, yo, you're a linebacker.
You know, say, you get a scholarship for basketball and for track and field. A talented youth, you know.
Talented, that's why the white then draw close. So we can't really blame the white people them and say, yo, left the man alone, you see me? And to turn that around, what if it was a black family? Go and take up this black guy.
Don't get me
It
wrong,
would
you know.
make news.
Them wrong, you know, but him stupid. Because him sign it as an adult. We can't sorry for him sign it as an adult. If them go team as a 12-year-old now, we can say, alright, we take advantage of the
Yeah,
kid.
then you can't say you blame the parents of the 12-year-old.
But if you sign that as an 18-year-old,
and it take him 20 years to
That's
find
the
out, say
next
they're
thing.
not adapting.
because as a professional football player, you got their own lawyers, you got their own people who know the game. So if it take you 20 years to realize, boy, you know, so them people here. If it take you 20 years to realize, you know, make a dollar.
You know, idiot.
You know, make a dollar for a movie released 20 years ago.
No,
We
we
know.
move 15
15
and 3, yeah, about 15
14,
14,
15
15 years, isn't it?
You're slow about then.
You understand? So I can't shed tear for him. You can't say, you know, because I was illiterate. No, he was not illiterate, that's me. He was an idiot in trust. And I cannot understand because people, they have examples. You understand? A black guy have example from way back from the 80s. White people are robbed them.
Not only that, you know.
You see me?
It's when you're a rookie going into the NFL, when you have I think 2 months leading into your first game, you have to go through different courses. You have to them teach you how to avoid and spot women who want to take your money, bad lawyers,
Niggas not learn
fake
that.
friends.
Niggas not learn
So
that.
when
Niggas
did all of them time there?
Niggas not learn all that. If you want to know, say, the draft, the NFL draft of slavery, and the basketball draft, you see me? Go there and just click on it. When the NFL draft, all of the niggas them have a white woman beside them. All of them.
No, when we can say a slavery, the process of the draft.
Because one man with a number, one man with a little placard there, so say 15, and you so number 15, the Baltimore Ravens choose, and then you stand up and you laugh. And you come up. I see how we go back in the ideas.
You're now a multi-millionaire. I go earn millions. You earn generational wealth off of your talent. It's just that the people who have ownership of the league, they must alright. Me want the best player. Me want the player. And no slavery about it.
This brother delusional more about
both sides. No man. Both
this brother
sides.
delusional even more in front of me than he was.
Both sides
before.
are benefit, man. In a slavery, one side benefit. In the NBA and the NFL draft, we're looking upon future multi-millionaires.
This brother just tell me about school and go.
What should
people hear me bury man now. Hear me bury man.
You know bury nothing, man.
Hear me bury man now. Pause.
Man, it does
Listen,
skill, go through.
listen. Back in them days then take you and give you some bread and water.
Not even that.
No, they have to feed you. But anyway, they give you bread and water. And then make couple hundred. Yes? No, because when I say inflation, but now things change, so the money go up. Still the price of bread you get, you know. But we you use the word wealth. None of them niggas are no wealthy, you know. You see the man was signed and check and him a wealth. So you get for lack of a better term, a slice of bread. But that the man they have a bakery still.
Alright,
we are not in the 1800, him have the bakery and give you one slice of bread. Now they might give you 2 bread. Or maybe give you a carton of bread. You see what I say? But still the bakery belong to that man. 90% of the NFL are black people. and we don't own none of the team them. You understand? And a
Who
32
won a team now? Who won a team now?
since a couple months ago.
Yeah, maybe 4 weeks ago, a month ago.
That is still debatable.
But we go back to what I say.
We you know,
got you.
them want P Diddy, that them shoe shining nigga, and Tyler Perry. They go and set them up. Brother, where brush here, but anyway.
No, got you.
You better take up one big comb and start combing here in the middle line. But anyhow,
Got you.
did one buy
Come here.
but I don't know if I mean.
Got you. What I say.
Did one by BT.
Them cancel it today.
Cancel it. You understand?
A good thing you know. BT no worth so much money.
I know.
BT worth $50 and 2 cheese party.
Yeah. Anyway, you still are getting 2 cheese party, but folks, black people powerless in America.
No.
Go ahead.
You're straight from the point. You say back then them give you a slice of bread and a handful of water, even a cup of water, right? Cool. Not cool, but that did fuck up back then. But me I said no, them now gain a slice of bread, you look on 200 million, 150 million, 80 million, the potential for be a billionaire, the potential for open different businesses. And that me I look on how you compare that to being enslaved. Oh. Just because the people that were own the respective leagues or the respective teams, them white or them of different ethnicities, but why you compare it to slavery?
Because you still got the white man door beg him for opportunity.
Alright, what should be
If them no give you the job, you can't get it.
you want to look on it that way then?
And that's how you go.
No.
Because if all of the team white, yo, brother, systematic racism strong in America. We don't tell you one comment where you see if you want to know some of the true character, listen to them when they think them nobody now listen. And I can't know time but one of the running back something happened to his foot. And the doctors tell the owner, yo, you know, say if we continue to do this, we now have more than maybe 5 years to play. And you know the owner said we only want him for 3. I stack them big. You understand? I just want stack just starboard and to just use and throw away. You understand? The owners and the system remain the same. All them go there, they come go do every Sunday. I just run up and down, get injured, and then next.
So you have to say there's no positive from being an NBA player, NFL player, or a professional athlete. Because you realize you know say nothing about the black ball that we play football in England, you know. You know say nothing about them.
Them a madman too. You understand? Because no. You know, one of them got jail the other day. You understand?
Mendy thing did wild. Big up Mendy still. Mendy innocent.
I hope them throw him out of jail.
No money. All charges drop. Yeah. All charges drop on Mendy.
Unfortunately.
What you mean unfortunately? I be like the woman in my telephone. The woman ball rape. I can't say that word. The woman ball what she ball say. And then find her up on video and in a phone chat. I say, yeah man, we throw him under the bus. But he did good still. Is him home can get some money. The judge say, I can't, this will not come to me in a court.
But why the difference between that and America? Same thing, as soon as a black man get money, a white woman he want. A chew.
No.
Well, me a chew shade, you know. When the brother in a car name. Skin. When brother in a car.
Go call him name, cause
then go overboard.
Me da go chew shade on you, I say no. I'm loyal.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Where I find from? Me too.
But what me I say is,
but me get the money, so you know when folks did a part of the program, a wild part. Them say when they come in Europe, 10 white women to 1 man. So right now somebody have 20 white women. Somebody have 20 white women coming on. You see me? But go ahead.
What I say about there are many different ways to look on the NFL draft. You see me? I understand there are some similarities with the optics. You see me? You look on who own the league, who are employing people. But we can look on it another way. Show me which industry is predominantly black owned and them employ black people. If we go to the corporate world, you know, Google are still non-black people, hire black people in any industry.
Why white people only
But you don't look upon it and say slavery. If me get up and say, so me get a job at Microsoft today, you know, I could get up and say, well, same old slavery days.
I see him on.
You know, say something wrong with
No, because you ever hear about Tulsa or Oklahoma?
Mm-hmm.
Black
Wall Street.
They have it Wall Street,
And then bomb it.
and come bomb it.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we did a rise.
Mm-hmm.
And if I say that a long time, Gaddafi. You understand? No, wait, no, me just show you. If you want dead now, well, no, next week. If you want dead next week. If you want dead next week. You see me? If you want dead next week, find a cure for cancer.
Before I can ever spell the cancer, them get me out.
Then get you out.
Before I can say cancer, them cancel me.
Then cancer. So why? Because those who own the
Greed, man.
yeah, I just greed. You see me I say? Greed run the world, and so those who in power will never share power.
That's true.
You understand? So why the NFL would come through?
But admit,
Go ahead.
admit, sir,
Yeah.
there are many positives to being drafted into the NFL.
Like
and
what?
NBA.
Feed the family, buy a nice car,
So far, yeah, look,
buy a slave chain.
so you have to say if a player getting $100 million or maybe $400 million over the span of career, using that money for become a billionaire for his own business etiquette, that is something bad.
Alright, how long now the NFL are going? I can Google it. NFL, 100
No, like on 100.
Alright, call it 100.
Yeah,
Call it 100. But black people all in there now maybe 70 or so. But let me ask you something. How much black people get all that money and become a billionaire? Got you, name 10. You can go
From
the
the
car
NFL?
further. In a NFL basketball, any one of them.
On basketball, I know.
You understand?
I
Only
know
Jordan.
one, I know two.
Yeah.
Actually, I know three. And in the next 5 years, I know 4 more.
Steph, yeah, I got to say Stefan LeBron.
Stefan KD. LeBron a billionaire already.
Yeah, KD.
Based on the business deal we do TV deals, we do some deals that he might make
Yeah.
in a 4
So,
years.
so you can name 10. How
do
much
some research, we can
basketball
find
player?
it.
No. We know man.
Yeah.
How much basketball player we know since the age is coming down?
In every
Thousands.
year. In every year.
Thousands.
You have 440.
Yeah, so
probably,
you have thousands.
I think it's 6,400 in the 52 years of the NBA debut.
Yeah, you go per match. Anyway, you have thousands. And you right now you can only say 10 or
If
less,
so much.
if so much.
Yeah.
And the thing is, me call about my friend.
Oh, right.
No, this conversation a good man talk to you.
Yeah.
You know what I say? The thing is them come out of the bus because we complain say with our back. Then come out of the bus and take it and take train and left way, give with the bus.
Question for asking.
You understand? Listen. They would never let us rise without and the thing is black people free to fight. We not go fight. We only fight ourselves. Go ahead.
But alright, so if you name X amount of black billionaires or whatever, you name one white one. We come from the NBA, we come from sports. Name one white one.
They come from sports.
Yeah, we can name five black ones, but you can't give me one white one who was a player and become a billionaire.
No, not one. Why? Because it would be an anomaly. You understand? It's like a big tree and you tell me I must start about the leaf. The trunk and everything else are the white.
So
we are the leaf. so we drop off.
Show me another leaf. Show me a white leaf. We're successful. Almost as successful, may I talk multiples of hundreds of millions. You probably have
like who?
Well, you have Tom Brady and I probably hit that.
We come through sports?
No, American sports. So we're not talking about Ronaldo.
Well, so we come through sports.
Yeah, so he was an athlete at one point. Whether it be NBA, NFL, MLS, them North American sport. Because what I try to say is, we can name athletes where make generational wealth for change them community.
No wealth, not generational wealth.
So $1 billion is not wealth. We're not talking about rich, we're talking about wealth.
No.
Me give you $1 billion right now, you can't spend it.
You're not surprised.
Just think about it, you can't spend it.
If we go to Jamaica, I done. We go to Jamaica, I done.
You reach an airport.
Done. We're gonna kill me. But you remember, brother, $1 billion now is not generational wealth. Because what they that man they did have two, Kanye did have two going on to three, and now he
He
man
never
a billion.
have a billion. He never have $1 billion.
He have it in
In
an asset.
business investment, him did work that, and as soon as him start mad out, them
No,
say,
Kanye never mad,
Kanye
but
what?
that's a different story.
Kanye a mad man. I hope him not come. I hope him not boss again. I hope him go married and end up in one ditch somewhere.
No man, I fool I take this thing for Kanye a good man. That's what I'm saying.
You and him can pour.
Yes, sir.
You, him and Candy Owens can pour.
Nah. Yeah, let's see.
We want to find out how much exactly is generational wealth.
No, you know, I tell you, brother.
Because you are telling me $1 billion is not generational wealth.
No, I know generational wealth.
So $1 billion can't take care of me and my great grandson.
If you're white.
You know, some first take someone and knock you out.
Yeah, man, for real, man, if you're white. Because, listen, the structure built for the white, you might not like it, but that's true.
Wow.
The structure built for the white, brother.
You forgot give me my understand. You conflate two different things. When you say true, you know, the structure built for the white.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't tell me say. You can't tell me say.
Your brother, you're alive, isn't it?
Oh, well, go on. Big up to the people.
Yeah, we're talking about generational wealth. You understand? Where I say, yo, the footballer them and the basketball player them and all of them over there in America. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And now
So-
you say, yo, $1 billion can make a generational wealth.
Maybe delay someone now can hear exactly what
You see me? I record it now, that's no sense of it. Go ahead, record.
Well, $1 billion is definitely an opportunity to make at least 2 to 3 generational welfare for your family, if the wealth is managed properly.
Keep on speaking over here.
If the wealth is managed properly, then
Yes, yeah. So when we say manage properly now, how you continue to make the wealth
Hold on,
grow up? Yeah.
So is it?
Go ahead.
Am I wrong
Is it
for
what?
saying $1 billion is generational wealth? Forget about managed properly or not. You see me? $1 million not generational wealth. 10 million not generational, but $1 billion by theory should be able, if we can still be around when we have my great grandson. He probably not have $1 billion, you know. When it reach him, probably $27 million left out time. But it's gonna take you 3 to 4 generation. Yes or no?
Yes.
But you know, man,
Well.
okay, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but more than give it 3 generations, I say 1 to 2 generation. Given the pace of inflation and the cost of everything that go up right now, more than give it to you. I say 1 to 2 generation maximum.
A lot of wishful thinking, and it should. $1 billion should give at least 5-6 generation. But the system I take away the back. Listen, just like a musician, yeah. We talk to them about Taylor Swift and yada yada yada. The whites in America, the white artists them really struggle like the black one them monetarily. Because okay, the two of us go in a bank, a black and a white. Especially if you're Jews. it just no. It look weird. But if they go in a bank for a loan, a two different conversation.
No,
in the housing sector, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're going there, the value of the house go down if
That's
the black
true.
family was living in there.
That's true. But stick to the music point, because you bring two different arguments
Yeah.
for help a weak argument.
Okay, but for the music, for the billions stay there, you have to go invest it, do something.
As anybody should.
Yes,
Anybody
but
should.
I tell you, when they go in a housing sector, him still I get a beating there so. Because you understand?
Anytime they hire 1 and 2 white men around here and say, here we go on, make fool in the face. 'Cause you have to fight the system. You have
But
to
as soon
cheat
as
the
they
system.
find out say your thing it done.
In theory,
But
Jay-Z make him first billion whenever I make it, and he continue if you do not multiples, but a percentage increase every year, you see me? I don't know what Diddy kind of money they put on, but the black billionaires them me know of, them no lose it. Them continue for either go up 300 million per year or another billion per year. So them seem to be doing
I know not
the opposite of what you
billion,
were saying.
couple million per year, but I know billion. All right.
But it add up. The thing is,
Byron Allen
we can't ignore the fact that management is very important when you have money,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why, no matter how much billion you have, once you're in that tax bracket there, you're talking generational wealth. But it can go away within a minute or two. For example, Kanye West, him lose $1 billion overnight because what him do.
Mm-hmm.
So his management of him film funds wasn't as it should be, and it can't go like that because. But why? Oh, why? The reason why I may use Kanye as an example is because he is a billionaire, but he lost that much overnight, and he could lose more if he lose more grace in the sight of fans and consumers.
No, you're wrong. There's no fans and consumer. The fans and consumer, they still love Kanye. Are the establishment. That may I tell you, and the establishment white. Okay, we
Kanye's own demise, man. Yeah? Kanye demise was his own doing.
No, but anyhow, we not talk about that. But here me I say, brother. You think if Elon was a black man, Elon Musk was a black man, you could answer what I say.
He's African.
Black me say, I say African. I say if he was a black man, if you could answer what I say.
No, I mean.
But here there's a difference. So you can say some things, you can still look on the idiot here. If not say things for disrespect any particular group, think about it.
No,
if not go against any particular group.
You go against Lizzo them all the while.
Lizzo.
Exactly. But me Kanye go against Lizzo.
Him did go against Lizzo.
Yeah, and you see him lose $1 billion.
It's not because of Lizzo.
That's what I say.
Elon, you see when you reach a certain level of wealth, you have people around you where they may make you do foolishness, but only to some extent. Kanye now nobody. You see who they run Kanye? Bossy buy me a house now. Bossy buy me, some want a Lamborghini. Nobody in the point to say, yo, brother, we have a bigger purpose in this. And him say it himself in the interview on Dream Champs. Him say, yo, all of a sudden,
then take it on.
This person want a house. That person want this. Nobody now say, yo, hey, easy, what go on? I'm gonna say, boy, no shoes in a Kanye. Where can give me? Him now nobody, and then I feel him doing to come say, him the greatest thing ever. Him not need no handlers. When you reach a certain level, I'm one for them to say, yo, whoa, we're not going to interview them. We're not going to do that. You work too much, for lose it all in 5 minutes. You need people around if we can tap it on the shoulder and bring it down to earth.
Mood man, he lose everything still.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that.
I don't really care about Kanye like that. But me just split hairs. This is the naked truth. I have a talk how it is. And black people have a systematic fight against us.
No, because
is valid, very valid. The system is for a particular race or for a particular side.
Yes.
You see me? That don't mean say the black man can't be successful in that same system. It is possible. We have a lot of examples. You see me? That is my point. The black man can. Not every black man.
To a limit.
All right. To a limited amount. No.
To a limit. You can't get rich to a limit. There's a limit.
Look what
I mean, the richest black man in the world is the limit is
financial limit, or maybe a limit of power. So you can have
but that's the thing.
$5 billion, but you can't really pull.
But that's
affect anything.
That's a key argument. That's a key argument because, as you mentioned, power.
Yeah.
We don't have much when it comes to power.
Exactly.
We have wealth.
No, we don't have wealth. We have riches. We don't have no wealth. Black people don't have no wealth. No way.
I mean, the richest black man here about him worth $14 billion. That's a lot. That's a lot. But at the same time,
making talk something tomorrow and say everything not left him.
But that how me assume. That how me come to know.
The black guy
him have money.
Billion.
Him have money, but him not have no power.
Exactly. And that's a bull crap. Because the system not allow him to have none.
But we're all going wrong also. Because you say, make him say the wrong thing. You see, really rich people, them don't talk. What the last time you hear Warren Buffett on an interview or say something, or Jeff Bezos, forget Elon. Elon kind of sick in their head. Rich people, you don't hear them talk. You see me?
Because they're not happy.
Exactly. So why we are saying?
I know rich people say
wealthy, affluent. Is it the 0.001%? You now go see Jeff Bezos get up on a tweet. Boy, you watch the basketball
because
game.
Because they own everything.
Not only that, them understand the power in them voice. So them say, you know what? I don't want to make the wrong mistake and lose and I'm going to lose 3 company a morning. You see me?
Who are going to take going company? Who are going to take Jeff
It's
Bezos
not about
company?
just taking your company
Yeah,
from you, you know.
yeah.
Enough of them company have IPOs, you see me? So when you say the wrong thing, the people them who buy your stock can say, oh, me I sell. Mark Zuckerberg, right? 18 months ago, up almost 200 billion in value or net worth. You see me? You make a bad mistake and go launch the metaverse. Nobody never too like the graphics in it. Them can barely reach 100 billion because the people them will buy the stock or buy meta stock. They never too like the product we're going, so them just start still sell the stock. All of a sudden, he's worth half of what he was worth 2 years ago. So that's how you can lose your riches per se. You see me? Because enough of them company are IPOs. The public are buy into you. When the public don't like you no more, we put money back in our pocket and now your value gone down by a percentage. That's how the white man can quote unquote lose.
And the thing can lose, that's what I'm saying.
If Elon come out tomorrow and say the wrong thing about the wrong person, boy, you know, so I don't want a Tesla stock. I will see it all the time. There's a go ahead.
Maybe Elon, because Elon is a loose cannon.
Yeah.
And you know, when we are talking, when you look at things now, we're only talking about the middle class or maybe the bottom wealthy. Pause. You see me? The real ruler of this world, the man where like Vanguard or BlackRock. You see me? Them are the real.
That's not a man. That's a company.
The real,
That's a company. The CEO for BlackRock still not have as much net worth as who we just did talk about. His company manages a lot more than what them would, but him himself, when he make a year, can't touch what them make per year.
But him
But
alone,
at the same time, him is just the CEO. He's not really the people who control him. Like him take orders.
Exactly.
And him really control it.
We don't really know the boss behind the boss. Listen me.
I was looking at record the truth.
I don't know. So yo, of course, what are going with you?
No man, every time night come down, voice get raspy. Start a band right now. Sing some tune. Get all the ladies and crazy over me.
Yeah, I'll discover the nonsense. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
So
that's my short.
You enjoy the show tonight. Me enjoy Nina. You see me? You was listening?
No, me still at work.
Yeah? So when I see it tomorrow?
Yeah, man, me at about tomorrow.
So if we just talk and just link up. Folks, this is the part I show when we're waiting for the 2 hour mark, we just sit down and talk nonsense between the whole family. You see what I say? So I go and big up everybody who come in the comment section, you see me? Night, you have to show your face, no?
You don't want to put up on the camera.
Yeah, you have to look on the camera, man. You see
Don't
me?
want to stay with them, you just pop in.
Everybody at night, this. Oh, that's a brush.
Wait, him really show him face?
Yeah, that's a brush here all night. I don't know why.
Nonsense. You can see me?
See, crack that. That man come on, man, nobody see it, isn't it?
Hold on, me monitor right just.
Everybody, night that. You see me? Say, Jamaican, you see your boy them in the comment section.
Come on, big up Katie, big up Camila. All of it in the chat.
Yeah, everybody who live now, check out night, their comment. Say which boy this. You see what I say? Let me see cute face. Come on, go over there, some man. Yeah, sweat though. This man say like a nerve.
Wait, I have about five camera lights in the place.
Yeah, 2, 4, 5 light the palm. This man said that's why me look so cute. Folks, one more round down. One brother. You laugh, no, man. Anyway, big up yourself. Big up everybody who passed through. Dasza. Everybody, isn't it?
That's a Dodge Rio.
No, Dasza not Dodge Rio, you know. Dasza said me should go somewhere and link him up. Good enough did that call me, you see me? I was calling me, but I was talking to Nina.
Come here, so Queenie. Somebody else sent threat in the chat earlier.
As they should.
Somebody else say.
Yeah, you see, they check me, people.
Must have put on Queenie live if you're bad, so. Coward, chicken.
Yeah, they start cussing me in the live chat, as they should. You see me? The live chat enough, the live chat just say what you want to say. You see me I say? And just big up yourself. Yo. I pre-men still. If you pass through me like that, and next week, who you think we can have next week? That's have one good idea, you know. That's a thing we should me, him, rapper. But I know Queenie after me.
You're gonna need somebody for mediate that Queenie.
Yeah, for mediate Queenie. Queenie, you hear me say? Link next week. Next week, me and you, we chop you up. Cause you can't cuss me all you want, no. See me as a Queenie, I'm afraid I am. Understand? You know only a Queenie?
Alright, but this a Queenie then, there's a quick flight for each.
You know only a Queenie?
Mm-hmm.
Queenie, I want to come out man from Jamaica. You see what I say? The one where did Clash Amari as thing.
No.
She want to exert for her energy for me. Amari when they right in front of her as thing. And she no business with Amari, but me. Me, she want to come on and jump up on. You see what I say? But you see, true, me have Nina tonight, and the show here wasn't a throwaway show. Next week can be a throwaway show. Me, Dasza, Rapper, and Queenie. You see what I say? Cause if you want to hear me out, you can't hear me out by ear.
Rapper got be man school for manage all three of them characters.
Or Rapper star, you know, Rapper, I got just listen. But me know Dasza and Queenie, especially Queenie, I want my head.
Queenie, I guess.
You see what I say?
Queenie,
Pause.
Queenie,
Queenie,
I guess. Please, so hot, man. Queenie, I guess send one for you, man.
Nah, man, Queenie, alright, man.
Queenie, link me up on me.
Queenie day is done.
Link me up on my game address, man. I must have him support snitching, you know.
Queenie day is done, you see what I say?
Queenie, me have him address can give.
Queenie thinks in her 90s now. Queenie did all in her 90s, so you can imagine. You can't all in her 90s and I can talk to me now. You see what I say? I run on the titty about side to side. Understand?
When she
Queenie, I run on after I go up with titty. You understand? Queenie, you can't talk to me.
You hang up on thing.
Hmm?
You hang up on
I hang up on Queenie, you know easy. Queenie, next week is your time. You see what I say? And not your time tonight. I mean, nobody bully me and force me. Say, yo, take up Queenie if you're serious. You see what I say? No. I don't really have Queenie tonight. Next week, Dasza, Rapper, Queenie, and myself. They go back in a Poland then time they don't.
They work, man. They work.
I'll give you a call if you're willing to come and land then cuss you. I know they see your face, you see me?
Forgot to say people might farm, man. Any crime we go to know.
Yeah. any crime I don't know we, you see what I'm saying? And the more on we. But the financial talk did good, you see me?
Mm-hmm.
Like a financial talk and because you can't save your money for rich. You can't save your money for have a comfortable life.
If Jay-Z made the first billion and then stop, Beyonce left him long time.
I don't know about that, but
a joke, man. But that's an extreme example. You can't just make it sit on there and accumulate. You have to invest in Make the right connections and link with the right people.
And I pre-mens. Next week, Dasza, Queenie, me, and Rapper. And the show will be vulgar. I not stop till Queenie cry. Because she thinks that she a big mouth, you know. She can't bully me, you know. You see what I say?
Queenie, me have him address. Anytime you're ready for slap me, man. Just link me.
Queenie alright, man. Queenie can't run, you know. That's on the bunny and the...
So you can earn?
No. So I jump on bicycle and cut left you. Time for running, so I said, people big up yourself. And you don't know a Friday thing, you see me? The biggest thing for Friday night are we. Alright.